Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad. This is my channel Adamant Orange, and this week in 3D metal model news. There's nothing new on the Fascinations or Metal Earth website this week as compared to last. However, this morning as I got up and checked Instagram, I noticed a new post on Instagram from Metal Earth Official showing the USS or CSS Virginia, and the question, if you could only pick one Civil War ironclad and build, which one would it be? The CSS Virginia and the USS, or the USS Monitor. And if you're not familiar with the Virginia and Monitor, or the Monitor and Merrimack, as I used to always call them, they are a couple of Civil War ironclads, the first ironclads that had a very long, drawn-out, and useless battle because neither one could do any damage to the other. And they have a little place in history, and I think I had suggested once some time back that perhaps they give one a shot. Well, whether or not they're going to come out with both or not, I don't know. But to answer the question myself, I'd hate to have to pick just one, but from an engineering standpoint, the Monitor was an interesting concept with a rotating turret and very different, but that's not very interesting looking of model. It's kind of plain looking, whereas the Virginia, or Merrimack as it was called, before it was burnt down to the waterline and then rebuilt into the Virginia, it's a much more interesting looking model, but it's just basically the top half was recovered with metal plates. So, I don't know. Personally, I'd rather see them release both of them in one package, another box set. It has been a while since they've done a box set, and really when I think of one, I think of the other. So please, Metal Earth, if you're going to do that, really cool, but put them both together. Staying on the topic of Metal Earth, I do want to thank MetalBase77 of Reddit for posting a collection of models that he got off of eBay, including a Main Street Station model, which I didn't even know existed until that post. Main Street Station is what appears to be another Disney exclusive model. I don't know this for a fact, but it only makes sense. It's another Disney model, and a lot of these Disney models are Disney exclusives that you have to get either through the Disney shops or go to Disney World or one of the stores at one of the Disney parks, possibly find it on eBay, because some people do resell them on eBay, but they're not as easy to get. The Disney exclusives are not as easy to get as other Metal Earth models, which can depend, some people can be rather difficult to get. Main Street Station is a new one. Check that out if you are collecting the Disney exclusive models. You look for that on eBay, and there's a link in the description. As usual, I try to include links in the description to the things that I talk about, where you can find a eBay search for that particular model. And also last weekend, after making this video, I found out, thanks to CodeWookie, where to find the Burrows in color. The Burrows is a very recently released Metal Earth model from Harry Potter. The Burrows is the Weasley family home, and when they released it in silver, like most of any of the other models. Someone found it in color, but I did not find out where they got it from at the time. Where in the CodeWookie, it's an exclusive at Books A Million, and I did go to my local Books A Million, was able to find two different copies. I bought one, so now they have one. So it looks like, and it's somewhat confirmed by me finding it there, that you can find the colored version of the Burrows at Books A Million. From what I understand, from what I'm told, you cannot find this on their website. You have to go to the store. It doesn't look like they have a lot of copies on hand. The store that I went to had two. Now they have one. Someone else I seen posted somewhere on social media bought the last copy that was available. So this may actually be a more difficult model to find and secure than the Disney exclusives. How interesting. And also thanks to CodeWookie and Drummer7416 of Reddit for pointing out the differences between the silver Cinderella Castle and the blue Cinderella Castle, because not too long ago, speaking of Disney exclusives, they re-released the Cinderella Castle in a blue color. And it was fairly obvious from the start that there was some engraving differences and more decorative engraving on the model, but a closer look, it turns out, they are very different models, and I'll put up a comparison picture to show you the difference. In a nutshell, it looks like with the blue model, the outer walls are a little bit lower. The front facade is very different, with a more rectangular and wider towers on each side of the front. The front is more flattened, so some of the detail has been flattened and not protruding out like it was before. And also, they've added a larger or longer extra tower inside, and it looks like the towers are taller. However, that look may just be because the outer walls are shorter it's hard to tell, but they do look like the towers are a little bit taller. So this is a bit of a different model. If you are a completionist as some, it's worth getting the color model, not just for the color, but for the fact it is kind of a different model. Why the changes, I have no idea, but there you have it. I looked at Peace Cool's website. I'm not seeing anything new. I've looked around on AliExpress's website and not seeing anything new that wasn't already there from the previous week, possibly even the previous 2 weeks. So there's nothing new going on there, but I do want to touch back on another model that I've talked about previously, or a set of models. And once again, I'm going to mention the name CodeWiki for pointing out something that I didn't catch, and I think a lot of people didn't catch, at least not that I know of. MU had released some amusement park models quite some time back. I think it's around 9 models that you can put together. It's basically different components of an amusement park. But one thing I did not catch is that those models apparently, or at least most of them, come with LED lights that you can put in the model. Now, CodeWiki had found another website that was selling them that actually said in the title that these models come with LEDs, and has ordered them and sent me a picture of, I guess, the package that has the LED and battery components in it that are included with the model. I went to crazytoys.co.uk and looked on their site and found the different MU amusement park models. And looking at each one, if you scroll down under what's included, it does list a light set in all but one of the models. The one model that it doesn't list a light set is, let me double check so I say it correctly, the Skydeck. The Skydeck does not have a light set listed in what's included. Whether or not that's an oversight and they just forgot to put it, or it's not included, I can't say for certain. But that's very interesting, and it certainly adds another level of interest in those models if that's something you want to get. You know, you may have looked at the models and think, well, they're just amusement park models, whoop-de-doo, but they come with LED lights, so that's kind of neat. And you can put them all together and light them all up. So I may have to grab some of those. Not that I don't want to pretty much build every metal 3D metal model there is already as it is. And like I said, CodeWiki had found a site that sells it. Apparently the site is out of Canada, and so they're able to ship at least to the U.S. fairly quickly. It's called Tri-M Specialty Products. I'll put a link in the description down below. That link is not just to the website, but it also gives you a $10 off coupon of $50 or more, and it will give me points helping me out if I wanted to order some more things to build on this channel. So not only do you get a $10 off coupon by following that link on $50 or more Canadian, because I believe it's listed in Canadian dollars, but you're also helping to support this channel. So I thank you for that. If you decide to do that, there's a link in the description for them. I have not ordered from them directly, but CodeWiki has, and seem to have got his product okay. And that's about it for all of what's new that I see going on in the world of 3D metal models this week. And last week I did sort of a question of the week, answering a viewer's question in more detail than I had done in the descriptions or in the comments section. And I decided to do the same this week. Another question of interest has come up. Albert Fish asked, why are some in boxes instead of packets? And he asked that on one of the train builds, I think it was a locomotive build. Why are some of the models in boxes and some are in packets? Well, for the most part, most of the Metal Earth models, as you probably already know, are in packets, but occasionally you'll find them in boxes. Now, Metal Earth has done, I believe it's 4 gift box sets. The gift box sets are a little bit special. The first one was the Pan Am, I think, China Clipper, and that gift box set was a little unique. It was the same as the packet model, but it came with a printout of a newspaper clipping and a fancy box. It was just something neat to give to a friend, a little box that they can build and a neat little newspaper clipping in it. Since then, they've released several other box sets, and usually the rest of them have more than one model in it. For instance, you've got the R2-D2 and C-3PO box set. They build just like the individual R2-D2 and C-3PO models. The builds are just the same. The R2-D2 is more in color. The C-3PO is in color either way, but the box set has them with a red arm. In the box set, they're also on one stand, and there's more color to them. So that they're a little bit special in that way, that they are a combined set. The builds are the same except for the base, and there's more color involved. There's also the train set, which is 5 models in one that all come together into one long train set, which is really cool. There's also the oil rig. So for the box sets, they are a special sort of release or special edition. With the exception of the Pan Am Clipper, there are more than one model in one, and something unique about them. You also find that the Iconics models tend to come in boxes. The Iconics are bigger, longer sheets and usually come with a pair of tweezers to help you build it. The Iconics models are sort of a step up from the Metal Earth models, and they tend to come in boxes. You'll also occasionally find special situations that also come in boxes. For instance, I talked earlier in this video about the colored version of the Burroughs. That one appears to be in somewhat of a box-like package, but it's special release exclusive to Books A Billion. Barnes & Noble released Metal Earth models, and I think they still do if your Barnes & Noble carries them, because some have sold out and started again carrying them, some don't carry them, but they sell the Metal Earth models in box form instead of packet form. And them, with Barnes & Noble, you can get individual models and you can get sets of models, just like a collection all together in one box. So there's different reasons why you might find them in boxes, whether it's a gift box set or a special release through a retailer that they've decided to put it in a box. Disney models, some of the Disney models come in boxes. For instance, you've got the Android set, and a lot of times the boxes are for sets, but that one is very unique. It's a Disney exclusive. It has C-3PO, R2-D2, BB-8, and K-2SO. They all have color in them. I think they build very much the same, if not the same, as the individual models, just with color. I have that box set, but I haven't quite gotten around to building it yet. Very long answer to what seems like a simple question, but there you have it. There are numerous different reasons why some come in boxes, but the standard for Metal Earth models is packets or sheets, and the standard for Iconics is boxes, sort of boxes. They hang on pegs, but there are a lot of special releases or special editions through exclusive editions through retailers that come in boxes as well. After such a long explanation, I think I'm done now. I'll leave it at that. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting this channel, for supporting me, to help me continue making these news videos, build videos, and review videos. Thank you very much. If you enjoy these videos, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. A little bit goes a long way. Again, I tend to include links to what I'm talking about in the description down below where applicable. Thank you for watching, and keep on keeping on.